Okay, about to start some work on dreams right now. Dog's asleep, and the roommate is wherever the roommate is. It's probably go pretty slow because the engine and my computer does not handle stuff very well. All right, so should be able to come to the cloth paint, and we want to make this thing a lot flimsier than it was. Cloth configuration. All right, clothing legacy is fine. Self collide. All right, bin constraint. We're going to move that stiffness. We're going to move that way down. Stretch limit, we'll leave it at 1. Compression, it's probably fine. In fact, let's just give that a save, move it over the tree, and see here for a while it does its savings. This is where I do something corny like hashtag your favorite cloth in the bottom right. Oh man. It's gonna be horrible if I become everybody's favorite like Unreal Engine editor guy. Yeah, but he doesn't know how to do stuff just like me and just spends 20 minutes trying to figure it out. Oh, sorry. Sorry about your lives wasted. All right, so that's over the tree, right? No, it's in the tree. All right. Now it's over the tree. After I added the physics assets, as soon as I saved last time, I had to play and it was actually willing to fall. And it was actually cloth, but it is, I think it's stiffer now than it was. I think I went the wrong way on that. That's my clock pancake flipping out of a tree eventually. And it's stuck. I think Salvador Dali would be proud. Let's get that thing back open and we'll go the other way. Stiffness. Fix how closely it will follow the desired position. Let's bump it up to a 4 going the opposite way and see what happens. I can't remember exactly what all these settings did specifically. It's been a little while since I've worked on cloth after it did not work in the mobile game I was working on. And so I just kind of forgot it all. Oh, no, that was definitely stiffer. That was definitely stiffer. Do get a kick out of how things will fall so differently, though, running at the same time. I running it again without changing anything. Y'all can't see it, but I pulled up the stuff over here on my phone. I just want the list of all the settings that it should have down at the bottom. There's the fill. There's the. Make sure you read the UE. All right, mask. Done with the mask. It's in the cloth configuration properties. That's what I want. And of course, there it is. Cloth configuration properties. All right. Vertical stiffness, how stiff the strain is between the nodes, specs how closely it will follow the desired position. So yeah, I'm right. It should be reduced. I keep closing that. No, I keep going to the wrong one, don't I? Yeah. I'm trying to go to the Epic Games. Let's click the Epic Games. All right. Bin constraints. There we go. We'll go down to 0.2. Vertical constraints. I'm going to cut it in a third. The horizontal constraints, we'll cut it into a third. All right, the stiffness multiplier, it's a multiplier affecting the stiffness. Stretch, it's how far it can stretch. Let's double its stretchiness. That way it can get all melty on us. Compression is how far it can actually compress. Let's triple it. Let's let it compress a lot more. I want these things to just look all blah, very persistence of memory. Shear constraints. Stiffness is how far there is a constraint of shearing. Let's move it up just a hair, 10%. Self-collision radius, how far each vertices, it gives a little sphere on each vert, and those actually end up determining the self-collisions and everything. Damping is the particle motion per axis. Friction is friction of the surface when colliding. Drag, wind stuff, that's all whenever you got wind blowing on them. Gravity scale, I'm going to increase the gravity just because it falls so slow. Angular drag, lots of physics stuff that I'm not going to mess with. It's got centrifugal force and everything. Collision thickness, we're going to drop the collision thickness down in half just so it'll try to drop through and all that kind of stuff. I do kind of want it to just look dreamy and nightmare-y at the same time. Still playing with the idea of doing an endless hallway kind of thing. But I would need to make a plane, apply a material to it that is got a 2D projection from the camera, and use the same camera and point at it. Probably put it right in between the mountains, and it can make it just look like it goes on forever right there. You might not notice it too much here. Engine would probably hate it. Well, the Mac would hate it. The engine probably handle it just fine. It handles non-Euclidean geometry and stuff if you get in there and mess with stuff. All right, let's see. My clock is probably, honestly, too thick as well. Probably want to take that back into Blender and just make it just this plane that's a circle. I'm going to go ahead and do that and apply the same coding data to it and everything and see what happens with that, because it makes it a lot harder for it to move. Wasn't well thought out on my part. So for that, we are actually just going to drop a circle, add circle, put it in the middle. No, I can use these settings for now. Fill type, we'll just end gone. And then location 0, 0, 0. Zero thickness, I can actually end up just scaling that up however big I need. I am going to go ahead and UV unwrap it just to make things easier later, and export this as an FBX. Let's go ahead and try to start getting some of this. You know what? This folder works as good as any. Flat clock. And then documents, flat clock, bring that in. All right, it's got a physics access. No, it doesn't. It's going to need one though. That's the wrong one. I did at least remember to port it as a skeletal mesh. I said details. Let's put that clock on the face. Clock face. There we go. All right. Select the section, activate cloth paint. Should just, yeah, it's create clothing data from selection. Create. And now it should let me paint. No, I don't get to paint. Probably should have subdivided that a whole bunch more. I'm still not thinking about this great. Oh, I have Blender open. So we'll go over here, subsurface modifier, crank it up to 3, just on principle. Apply. And that should have a whole bunch of, yeah. All right. Just kind of cut some extra stuff in there. Not the prettiest way. There's definitely better ways, definitely. But I am just kind of rushing through this to try to see if this flat one is what's the issue. All right, and we'll re-import it back in again. Re-import base mesh. Done. Oh, definitely didn't like the stuff there, but now I should be able to right click, and if the menu ever pops up, sorry, gotta have the section apply clothing data, and it's falling. All right, go in here and get the strength stuff again, and somebody's already awake.